Yes, people, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the Manchester United transfer review. And on today's episode, we're talking about the general transfer roundup. But not only that, we're going to be reacting to some agendas being pushed by the media and getting you a bit of rating of what we thought of the window. So stick around and let's jump into it right away. Manchester United transfer window, not bad. Personally, I think we have seen a lot of movement that a lot of footballers and the pundits and the content creators, as usual, ain't looking at. Now, as I told y'all before, this channel is a pure football channel. We ain't about all the algorithms, the banter. This is pure football. So when we have fans saying Manchester United had no activity at all in the transfer window, that is actually not factual. Yes, we might have had 5 incomings, but throughout the whole window, it was around 18 players being moved. They had 15 outgoings with loans and transfers, and they also had 3 sell-on clauses involvement in this window. So, you know, when you hear people saying, oh, we didn't buy anyone, that is not factual. That is actually false. They have done a lot of work in this window. Now, we have to also understand you need moving pieces in a whole system. You can't just say, oh, I buy and sell, I buy and sell, I buy and sell. That's not how running a football club works. You need to understand there are structures for each player. There need to be a standard in which each player needs to meet. And also you need to have a plan for each player. You know, you can't deal with each player the same, which is why we see some players being loaned out. We see some players being sold straight away. And even the players that they wanted out of the club, like the Garnachos, like the Antonys, they have massive sell-on clauses. So future years when Chelsea sells Garnacho, which they will, and future years when Betis sell Antony, which they probably will for a lot more money, because he does well in La Liga, they're going to also earn money that way. But no, they don't sit down and tell you all these simple things. Now, you have a player like Toby Collier, who went out on loan, and a Radek Vitek, who went out on loan, and a Ethan Wheatley, who went out on loan. Now, these players, you can see they have a future in the team, where you need to loan them out. Are we going to sit down here and say, okay, 100% we are sure that Adam Wharton's level or his capacity of a footballer is way better, his ceiling is better than Toby Collier? How can we make that judgment when Toby Collier has never played first man football? But then United fans will say, yo, go spend 100 million on Adam Wharton, when you probably have a Toby Collier who fit your system a lot more, right? Then if you bring in, say, Adam Wharton, okay, you actually would cut down Kobe Mainoo's ceiling, because they would probably have the same role as a young coming up midfielder within the whole system. So then again, that's another issue when you heard the fans saying, oh, get another midfielder to play where? You know what I mean? If you bring in another right-footed midfielder, you're working out Mainoo for sure. And then if you bring a midfielder who's trying to control the pace of the game, you're working out a Kobe Mainoo again. So now only do y'all want y'all cake, y'all want to eat that shit too. And then now, when we look again at the same midfielder situation, hence is why you need to bring someone in to complement the players. So that is why we didn't go after a midfielder, because we couldn't find anyone that will complement each of our midfielders going forward. Now, does Adam Wharton complement to Kobe Mainoo? Not really. They're basically the same. Does he complement a Toby Collier? Maybe, because they're a bit different players, right? Does he complement a Bruno Fernandes? No. So we need to, and even if we might say, oh yeah, he does because he tries to control the pace of the game, he's slow. Bro, stop it. We need energy next to that sort of quality. So now if you get you a Baleba, does that fit the dynamic? Yes, it does. So why would you pay 100 million on a player you just don't really want, but then in the future you can still go spend 80 million on that player next season? Because Brighton's probably going to have to accept a 85 million for Baleba next season. And then we're going to have to say, good business United. Now, the problem is, a lot of people will rate the window down because of the midfield situation. But it's not really an issue when you have cover and you can develop a young English player in the meantime while doing that. So instead of English fans criticize the club, maybe they should be happy that they're not stopping the progress for such a young talent like Menu. Now, the goalkeeper situation has been a big chat about what's going on. But before we get down into that, I just want to talk about Jadon Sancho and the Garnachos and the freedom fighters who had left the club. Now, I'm so happy the club has gotten rid of these bad attitudes. I'm not usually the guy who want to talk about players in this way, but these guys, yes, I understand the fans were disrespectful to them, but they also had a lot of chances at United. It's not like these guys weren't living a really good life at United. Yes, the media, again, I repeat, have a lot of agendas, which is why I am going to show you later down in this video the agendas they have against our goalkeeper and the club. But I'm just saying, right, Jadon Sancho and Garnacho, there's a lot of issues there. There's a lot of things happening there mentally that these guys need to work on. I think talented players, 100%. And no one, and I hate when people try to make it sound like United only buy shit players. There is no one walking in any top club that is a shit player. We need to stop using this reference. Maybe it did not work, but to use the reference, this is a shit player. Like, you listen to people like Flex from United TV, alright? And he goes on DR Sports and he says, oh, Onana is the worst goalkeeper he has ever seen, even at amateur and academy football. I'm like, bro, really? Like, really? Is this just you trying to get viral videos, or are you really listening to yourself? You are saying that a top footballer in the world playing at a top club bro, the mentality for these guys who's never kicked the ball at any high level to talk about these footballers, bro, stop kidding yourself. You are a content creator, not a professional footballer. Sometimes you need to just stay in your lane. Like, that is one of the most disrespectful statements I have ever heard in my life to anyone that has put on a soccer shoes, football shoes, whatever you want to call it. It is. It's the most disrespectful thing I've heard. But yes, just talking about the media, let me also talk about what these guys from ESPN, firstly, how they are shaping agendas for people to talk about the club, right? And then also I'm going to talk about something that Michael Dawson said on Sky Sports, where they actually attacked the club again about the amount of goalkeepers that came through the club and all this.
And as we mentioned, Jules, the reason we're having this conversation is when you looked at Manchester City, a goalkeeper wasn't a priority, which of course is quite the opposite to the red side of Manchester. When you think, right, a goalkeeper like Donnarumma would be perfect for them, surely just to bring a little bit of experience and stability into the back. Why?
You heard how he segued into that a while ago. So they're talking about Donnarumma and Man City. Now, who is he to say that Man City did not have a goalkeeper on the agenda? These twats, bruv, are sitting down in front of a green screen, making so much money. They have no communication with no agent, nowhere. Who give them that contact? Who? You don't hear them breaking any big news. You see the agents talking to Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, and even him, I don't think all the agents are talking to. So, when we really sit down and think about it, who are these guys to say something like this? So they are saying, oh, Manchester United, it was more important for them to get a goalkeeper than Man City. How they know Man City don't want a goalkeeper? Man City win the Premier League last season. Wasn't the same City with the same Edison that give away so many goals last season? My. And then not only that, but this is not even the one that makes any sense to you. It's this one. It's really this one. I'm gonna show y'all right now because y'all thinking I'm going nuts. Look at the agenda again. Now listen to what this clown, right? Now, y'all don't listen to how the media, United fans, for years I've been saying about this. Before I'm at the platform, I've been telling y'all, oh my God, there are agendas against the club. I wish no. You know, I wish people would listen to me more often. Because I've called this. For years, I've been telling y'all the media have agendas. Kicked out the Facebook groups. Kicked out the WhatsApp group. Imagine they have agendas against the man telling them that there's agendas. You see how people work in life? But any which way, listen again to how he start this. And this alone supposed to indicate to y'all the mentality of these people and the agendas they have against the club. Listen to how the host starts this again.
Michael, I'll come to you with this one. The Man United goalkeeping position has been the most talked about position for the last 3 weeks since the season started. You can see they've gone with Lamons over Martinez. Do you think that's the right choice for them there?
So before Michael Dawson start run his beak, right? Just listen to how the host start this. Hey guys, Manchester United's goalkeeper has been the hottest topic online for the last 2 weeks. Without Manchester United, right, I'm telling y'all right now, half of these people don't eat. They would actually need to find other jobs in life to do things in life, dog. As much as all of them are ex-footballers, they surviving off of Manchester United. All of them. All those ex-pros, without Manchester United, they would be done. Done. They will have no media. Nobody would watch them. Nothing. This is what they do. This is what they do. This is what they do. Now listen to Mr. Dawson. Because, you know, he's the best footballer to ever play and the best centre-back England and everyone has ever seen in the Premier League. This one. So let's just listen to what he had to say now. And I want y'all to pay attention again to how he words something, right? He tries to say, no, he knows. They know how to manipulate the media. He tries to say, he wanted to say, I'm not even telling you. I'm going to play it for y'all. I want y'all to listen. I ain't even doing it. So here we have to say.
Going with someone who's tried and trusted in the Premier League, we know Martinez is. Yeah. And he's a World Cup winner, he's had golden gloves, he's had everything. They talk about for longevity going for someone younger. I think
Martinez has won everything. No. Martinez has won everything. What's the everything? A golden glove and a World Cup. Hey, never forget that. So when somebody tell you, right, Chelsea has won everything. What they've won. United have won it. Imagine saying that. And then you would use the same term in conversations with like a player like a Ronaldo, Cristiano. So when we say what Cristiano Ronaldo win? If Martinez win everything, what Cristiano Ronaldo win? Hey, remember this is an Englishman. He need to go back to school to learn his bloody language. Trust me. But now listen to this now. He goes on and says about the goalkeepers and how many people come into Manchester United. Listen.
It's going to take time. We've seen many players go to Manchester United and struggle to settle in because the pressure of that shirt weighs heavy on a lot of players. And even more so for a goalkeeper because the amount of keepers that come through that door, the amount of keepers that go out is remarkable. And the money they spend, another 18 million plus on another goalkeeper.
You see what you do? So y'all see what you do there? Y'all see how you try to manipulate the 18 million with the 80 million? Y'all realize how he tried to manipulate that? Just listen to them. And these are the things y'all need to pay attention to as fans. Because this is the problem. These guys have agendas. Now, I wanted to share a little bit of statistics for y'all, right? Because I don't want y'all to believe I have something against them. I want y'all to just realize. So, over the last 10 years, right? Over the last 10 years, Manchester United probably is like 4th on the list out of the big 6 teams. So in terms of how many goalkeepers has come to each team, how many goalkeepers each team has bought, right? Manchester United is like 3rd on the list or like 4th on the list. So here, Chelsea is the most with 11. Then you have Man City and Arsenal tied for 7. Liverpool and Manchester United tied for 5, including the 3 that came in over the last 2 seasons, right? And then you have Tottenham with 2. So in the last 10 years, the big 6 teams, this man says, Dawson says that, yes, Manchester United brought in all these goalkeepers and let go all these goalkeepers. But what happened to the other clubs? It's a normal thing for the big clubs to funnel their goalkeepers. So why is Manchester United the only club they want to talk about funneling their goalkeeper? Why is it a problem? Why is it a problem that we can't have a goalkeeper and just buy a new one? And now he's saying how many are there at the club? Tom Heaton, clearly everyone, please pay attention again, Man United fans. Use your brain for 1 second. Tom Heaton is now picked up the role of Lee Grant, senior goalkeeper around the young ones. So he's just really there to train. When you bring in a player like Lamens now, maybe they wanted to get rid of Onana, but Onana said he don't want to leave. So what is the problem? What is the problem with Onana staying, fighting for his spot with Lamens and Altay buying there? And also remember, the Turkish league is still open for a while after this window. So I'm telling you, there is a move for one of those guys possible. I honestly believe Onana or Bayern there might leave and go to Turkey. There's a massive possibility. But talking about other players leaving, let's get down to my boy Højlund, because I just want to also give a shout out to Højlund. And I want United fans to remember, I said this right now. Rasmus Højlund will be one of the best strikers in the world. Rasmus Højlund is going to hit peaks that we never thought was possible for him to hit. And the pure machine that we wanted to see out of him, not only will we see it in a few months at Napoli, we'll also regret the fact that we got rid of Højlund. And Rasmus Højlund is a top talent. You know, a lot of people talking about Cheeto already better than him. A lot of people talking about his runs and all these things. He don't know what he's doing, obviously. How many times at Manchester United, even now, we look at Sesko, we see him time and touch the ball. The only shot he gets is because he tall, they think about it. Oh shit, let me just clip a shit ball in the box and hopefully he can head it in the goal. There's no good delivery. They don't play to his feet. They don't play the balls in the run, in behind for the striker to run. And now he's going to have people working for him, with that energy. I'm telling you all right now, Rasmus Højlund will be one of the hottest strikers in the world in the next couple of years. And it might be in the near future if we not be careful. Now, yes, people, that has been... No, it hasn't. Because I have to give you my rating. Now, what do I think the window rating is? Probably, I would say, a 7 out of 10. People might hate me for saying that, of course. But my reason is, we had a lot of movements. As much as people don't want to see it, there's been plans made ahead for players to go out on loan, to come back to join this squad, and also bring in a few other talents. You know, a Ethan Wheatley, a Jason Morehouse. You know, you still have young players like a Seydou Kone. All these young talents are around, and we have to give them time to develop. And it might be a blessing that we're out the Carabao Cup and we're only in 2 competitions now. Now you have more time on the pitch with a lot of these players, even if some of them are on loan. You know, you have a backup goalkeeper again going out on loan to Bristol in Radek Vitek. You know, we have plans going forward as United. They know what they're doing. We just need to give them time to create a good structure to get everything working together. So that's why I'm giving them a 7 out of 10. Because I look at this thing bigger than just, you know, the mainstream and the 5 transfers for the window. And no. And we only can sell players. No, it's not about talking points. This channel is about understanding football from different perspectives. And that's what I want y'all to know. So yes, people, it's been your boy Yahya, always bringing it different and bringing it different. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. Please, people, keep hitting the bell for Manchester United and keep hitting the bell for notifications so we can keep bringing you great content going forward. Have a good time, my people. Take care. Ciao.